All right, let's talk about Zoom. Something that I know we all use, again, depending on what plan you have, depends on the options that you get. So I think I'm at this one. Yeah. So I don't know that I would ever want to upgrade unless I wanted the webinar option, but for the most part, I just integrate and build that in. So $15 in a month, or you can pay in full. But then, of course, you do have the free one, but you're just really limited to how long you can talk and stuff like that. So you can do a lot more for the 15 a month. But essentially, we're just going to kind of walk through some of these different things on the side, just so you can set up your Zoom account to the best capabilities. So I always suggest having a nice professional picture of you, because you never know when you're going to use your Zoom. And then this is just kind of default stuff. And your personal meeting ID code, that's here. There's your sign in, your password, two-factor authentication, whether you want to turn that on or off. That's pretty much everything on the profile page. So let's just get into meetings. So these are upcoming, previous, personal rooms, templates. So the nice thing with meetings upcoming is, as you can see, it'll be all of your upcoming ones, all your previous ones. But the biggest thing here is to schedule a meeting. So this is great to title it if you have a class going on, if you have a call with clients, whatever that looks like. This is good if you just want to utilize Zoom. Now, if you are using Calendly or Booking Link, then it'll automate all of that. But this is only if you want to create an actual Zoom meeting straight through Zoom, in which case you're going to give them a Zoom URL, right? So we're just going to have example. You can add a description if you want, the date, the time, make sure that you are using the right time zone, and reoccurring meeting or not, right? So you can have this meeting reoccurs every day, every week, every month, repeats every day, every week, every month, whatever you want to do. And then you can have an end date or not end date, or you can have it end after so many occurrences. So you can have something that is just reoccurring, which is nice. Registration required or not, but that is if you want people to register for this event, kind of creating it more of like a webinar, right? So if you want them to have a registration page and register for this event, that's good for like if you have a reoccurring maybe sales event or something like that. Meeting ID. So for the most part, if you're creating an event, you do probably want to just generate it automatically, because otherwise people are just going to have your personal meeting ID and you never know when they can log in. So I would just generate automatically. Templates, that's not really something you ever worry about. Here we have security. So passcode. This is important if you're doing it to like complete cold traffic. You don't know anyone. I would recommend using a passcode just because people can hack Zoom. So you can get some randoms on your Zoom, which you don't want. And a passcode definitely helps inhibit that. Or you can have a waiting room. So you can turn the passcode off and just have a waiting room. You could have both. Or you can require authentication to join, right? So they'd have to sign into Zoom, which I never really do that one. Here you can set whether or not you want their video on when you first start it. Now you can change that when they join, but normally I say participants off and mine on, totally up to you. The audio, telephone, computer, or both. Normally I never change that, but here's some extra options I wanted to show you. So allow participants to join anytime. So this is like making sure that the Zoom is not closed, like after you start it. Mute participants upon entry. I do use that a lot. Automatically record meeting. I do love using this. And I always record to the cloud for two reasons. One, it's easier to embed and just send direct links in the cloud. And two, it's in the cloud, so it's obviously using cloud storage. But forewarning, if you do record a lot, you'll have to upgrade your cloud storage. So in which case you can record on a local computer, but it's going to take up your computer storage. So And also, if you record on local computers, like for me, I have a lot of clients, so I'm logging in and out of their Zooms to create meetings for them. I cannot download a local recording. If like I want to do it to upload into their membership or something, I can only download a cloud recording. So just keep that in mind as well. And approve or block entries. So from different countries and stuff. I don't know why you'd ever want that. Alternative hosts never work for me, but you can technically add an alternative host. I think it works if you have another person on your Zoom account. So that's that. You just hit save, and then it'll generate. You can start the meeting. You can add it to your Google Calendar, which is nice, or any of the other calendars. And then this is the link right here so you can copy the invitation, and you can either do the whole thing or some of it, right? But essentially this link right here is the link that you would send to other people to join. Okay, and then I'm just gonna delete this now. Oh, actually, before I delete it, I wanted to talk about these. So here, if you have the registration on, you can actually track your registrants. You can automatically approve and you can edit this. So you can manually approve people, you can automatically approve. You can send an email to host when someone registers. You can close it after a date. You can restrict the number of registrants. You can allow attendees to join from multiple devices, which would be like laptop, phone, tablet. Show social share buttons on registration page if they want to share it. You can also ask them more questions on the registration page. So you can ask them their address, their phone number, their zip, job title, anything like that, straight on the registration page. And then you can also create your own questions if it's not there. And then you would just save that. But I don't have the registration turned on. So I could show you that in a second. But so here's the email contact, which you can change all of that. Confirmation email to registrants. So this is something that you do want to send because it sends them the Zoom link. Unless you're sending one with the Zoom link, then you don't technically need to send this. But it's probably good just to send the confirmation straight through Zoom, and then you can send any of your follow-up emails through your other one. So here's branding, your banner, your logo, and then here's live streaming, so where you can live stream it in. So let me come back. Let's see. Did I keep registration? Oh, yes, I did. So actually, let me come back and show you. So when they click this, see how it says register? This is the page. This is what I'm talking about for meeting registration. Here's the share link so they could share it whether you want that on or off. But this is what I'm talking about. You can do address and stuff like that. So they have to register for your Zoom event in order to receive that unique Zoom ID, in which case you do want the email to just be sent straight through them because you're sending them a unique Zoom link to join. So you do just want to do that. I sent myself you can send yourself a preview of the email if you want. And then of course you can edit that, turn it on or off, but you can edit this. The body is pretty much standard, but you can add some extra things in here. Everything else is kind of standard, but here's the join link, and you can add some extra notes down here. Okay, so that is meetings.